And now for our next guest, we have one half of the duo, the drum and bass duo Kleu. We've got David Junior Red. David, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good man. Good to be with you. Nice to talk. Have a little convo.
Yeah. Are you actually in the UK then? Because you've got the shades on. I don't know. You're wearing shorts as well. Whereabouts are you?
I am wearing shorts and I'm wearing shades, but not for the reasons you think. It's because I've been ill for a week and no one needs to see what's underneath here.
Don't need to see the red eye. Oh, okay, I get you.
That's it, man.
Lovely stuff. Well, listen, mate, thank you so much for taking some time to be with us today. Unfortunately, Kirk couldn't make it. He is very busy working on the next Dirtbox or release that he's got for us, hopefully. That's what I'm
I'm
that's what I'm
sure he is,
hoping
yeah.
anyway.
I'm sure he is.
Well, we'll get straight into it. Obviously, Kleu is made up of two members, Junior Red, David, who we're speaking to today, and Kirk, who also goes under the alias of Arcane, doesn't he? Where did
Yeah.
these names come about for both of you? I mean, you can answer for Kirk as well if you want, but where did your name come about?
Well, I'll do Kirk's first. He got the name. It's a weird story because he was trying to think of a DJ name, and a friend of his offered to help, and she did some research and came with a list of names and their meanings, and he ended up taking Arcane. I can't remember what the exact the terminology for that is, but that's the same girl that actually came up with the name of Kleu, which turned out to be Latin for to hear or to listen. So that's how we got his. But I've had my name since I was 13. My sister, she used to go out with a guy who was called Red Mantis, a reggae artist who was just amazing, freestyler, really good. And I started writing lyrics and stuff. And he said, "Oh, you need a name." Sorry, I'm getting a call coming through here.
That's all right.
Yeah, so he said, "Oh, you need a name. Why don't you have Junior Red?" And it just went from there. Basically, I took it as a enthusiastic little teenager, and it's just stuck with me all the way through.
Fair. So it's fair to say then you and Kirk actually go back a little bit before the Kleu name, then, don't you? Are you guys boys from way back before that?
Yeah, I mean, well, I met Kirk about 6 years ago, but we've both been in the drum and bass scene for a long time. I mean, without giving away too much, I've been in it for a long, long time. I moved to Brighton in the early 2000s from London. Started doing just jumping on mics and stuff, linking up with Brighton DJs, which is like Stacker and Skynet, DJ Skinny, DJ Friction, and just started kind of doing it for fun from there, and then got onto agencies and finally ended up joining Urban in the mid noughties and became Aphrodite's MC. So I spent the good 10 years traveling the world, really, MCing for Aphrodite, building up a name around Europe and being relatively unknown in the UK. And Kirk linked up with the Breaking Science guys, and was like a Room 2 DJ for a long time, progressed to Room 1, and then we kind of linked up, and the Kleu thing took over from there.
Yeah, I mean, I've done my homework. You guys have had very much storied careers together, a separate, haven't you, before you got to Kleu? So what made you want to
Yeah,
get together to create this new brand? Because you're almost, in a way, you get a new name, you're starting from scratch again, aren't you, really? What made you want to
I
obviously
think
get together and do that after having such a big career, both of you?
I think I think that was a major part of it. Actually, was starting again, having a clean slate, not being judged by what we'd done in the past. Obviously, um, my situation was with the agency I was with. Uh, I don't know. It got kind of complicated with fees for with Aphrodite going down, and obviously I was cut loose from the agency. So I was at a bit of a crossroads in my career where I was pretty much ready to hang up the mic and and start a business, get a real job. But Kurt came along, asked me to do some MCing on some mixes for him, and then showed me a tune he was working on. I actually sung a verse and a chorus on the track. And I tried to work with other people in the past. I didn't really know that much about production. And everybody I tried to learn with before that, we didn't really click, but me and Kurt really clicked. And we were just like, do you know what? Should we give this a go? We're not getting any younger. Let's give it one more go. And we give it a go. We treated it like a 9 to 5. So we're in the studio as much as we can from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, then off doing our thing at the weekend. So we just decided to fully commit to the production, like a full-time job, and it's kind of working out. So
yeah. Well, it shows, as I say, the output shows, and we'll come to that side of it in a bit. But like, when you obviously joined together as Kleu, what would you say both of your roles are in that name? Not just with the performing side, which obviously I'm sure you're still doing the MCing on that, but obviously with the tracks as well. How are you both involved?
Well, like I said, I didn't really know much about production when we first linked up, and to be fair, neither did Kirk. So we decided to learn together. So it's literally been 50-50. YouTube videos, online courses, trial and error, a lot of error. So we learned together. We failed together, we won together, and that's how it's been. So there's not, I would say sometimes when it comes to processing vocals and stuff like that, he'll look to me for that, because obviously being an MC for most of my career, it's kind of a natural thing for me to do. But other than that, it is pretty much 50-50. He'll come up with an idea, we'll develop it together, finish it together. I'll come up with an idea, because we both obviously have our own setups. So we'll have an idea and come together to finish them off and polish them and add the detail.
It's good. You've both definitely got something to kind of bring to the table with that, isn't it? And there's not many MCs, big or small, that actually move down that role predominantly after MCing as well. So you're one of very few, I think, as well, aren't you, David, doing that?
I am, yeah, I would say that. There's MC Verse is probably one of the only other MCs I remember actively producing, and he only did that for a while, as far as I know.
I think one of the most popular one is Strategy, isn't it? He actually releases on quite a few as well, on just producing his own tracks as well. So
oh really?
Yeah.
That's good to know, because I rate him as an MC. So
yeah, absolutely.
I think more MCs should produce, because they have a different kind of perspective on music to DJs, I think.
100%.
Yeah, but I've always been the kind of MC. I'm not a kind of cha-cha-cha-cha MC that just goes rapid all over music. I've always loved the music first and added the MC, my hosting and MCing on top. So yeah, it's always been about the music purely for me. I'm a pure drum and bass purist. I love all of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that, I mean, obviously letting the music breathe, but also adding those elements that are actually needed to the live component. That's what makes a good MC in my eyes, definitely.
Yeah, ditto. Feel exactly the same.
Kleu is definitely blowing up, and we'll come to some of this in a moment. But do you guys see yourself as actually performing as solo acts as well, or are you just totally both fully focused into the Kleu project?
We perform solo here and there, usually for friends.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and locally around Brighton and stuff. But our main aim is to, as a duo, progress and make a good name for ourselves. And then maybe in the future we might do side projects and stuff on our own. But we kind of, I think we definitely value each other as music partners, and so it's all about the Kleu at the moment.
Yeah,
definitely for the foreseeable future.
It's definitely picking up some pace and momentum at the moment, isn't it? Since the pandemic, it really is coming together quite strong. I mean, if you look at output of any producer or anything like that. And I was even looking across Beatport. The actual output you guys have is one of the top ones out there for a solo artist. You know, multiple labels, multiple releases every month. You know, you're definitely kicking it on all cylinders there. I mean, what would you say is keeping the work rate so high? You know what I mean? You've got, you know, you're obviously not having any writer's block or anything like that. You're just kind of picking up each other's slack and stuff. What's
thing
going
with that
on?
is it's our fear of TikTok. But it is actually our fear of TikTok, and the fact that if I have writer's block, we've been very lucky that if I'm blocking, Kirk is usually okay, and then if he's blocking, I'm usually okay. So it's always worked out that we can pull each other out of these blocks, and you know, that's the kind of the magic of being a duo as well. If I was a solo artist, there'd be huge swathes of time where I'm just not feeling that productive. And the ironic thing is you keep making stuff when you're blocking. When you come back to that later, you realize that you weren't actually blocking. You were not believing in what you were doing.
Yeah.
So to anybody who has writer's block regularly, I would say just keep making stuff. Even if it's like, meh, keep making stuff. Because when you go back to that, you never know what you're going to find with a fresh pair of ears.
Yeah.
Could be sitting on gold.
I personally, I don't think it really exists with writer's block. I think, like you said, it's you're not believing, you're kind of bored of it. And when I've obviously been doing producing and I'm just having that kind of stale couple of weeks or couple of months, I just go into something else, like organizing my sounds, listening to other music, and just stepping back from things into it, you know, just having a play, create some loops, create some sounds. You don't have to make a track every time you sat in the studio, do you?
Yeah. Sound design is an excellent way to get your juices going again, because if you make a sick bass sound or some nice pads or whatever, you want to use them. It's kind of the natural thing to do. You want to use them, and it usually helps to get you straight back in the seat. But also tutorials on YouTube or whatnot. Watch a couple of those and you can't wait to get back to it. So it is a belief thing, but like you say, there's definite ways around it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, talking about being prolific with the productions, I mean, I've written a list here. Fucking hell. Last few years, mate, you've released on Jungle Cakes, Device, Born on Road, Elevate, Dope Ammo, Audio Porn. That was obviously one of the first labels you guys got picked up on as Kleu.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's not many left there. Yeah, big up the boys there. Is there any on the bucket list that you're wanting to get releases on? Is there anything out there that you really want to obviously aim to get a release out with?
I'll tell you what, there's we've got a few coming out. I can't say who yet because
they're bucket list ones. Yeah,
definitely.
Brilliant.
And we've got bucket list labels waiting for material as well. So yeah, I wish I could give away more, but yeah, the bucket list is getting ticked. It's amazing. I mean, it helps that me and Kirk have been in the drum and bass industry for as long as we have, because we've met a lot of people along the way. And I don't think, you know, I mean, it's kind of an untold secret, but everybody knows it. You would have heard it before. A lot of it comes down to who you know, and not what you know. Yeah. And obviously we've made links over the years, and that's opened doors for us. But yeah, we've got some good news we're going to announce this year. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Well, I mean, talking obviously who you know and what's happening. Like I say, like you said before, you guys have had a bit of a storied career. You've played some massive events, but you know, you've got to give yourself some credit as well. Like I say, using that brand new name, Kleu, you do have that kind of starting from scratch thing, and it seems as though it's starting to pay off in the booking side of it now. I mean, suddenly you guys are on at WAH, Glastonbury, Boomtown, Printworks. Like, there's not a big lineup that isn't wanting to include the Kleu name. So, you know, you guys have got that rolling. Do you think that's coming from obviously just the past experiences, or do you actually see the new work paying off for these gigs and that's why they're coming from?
Yeah, I think as well, like you say, with our output and the fact that Kirk is an absolute social chameleon. He gets on with everyone. He's a really easy to talk to guy. He's very friendly. He's so good at networking. And we don't just, it kind of seems that we don't just make acquaintances or links around the scene. We make friends, and it kind of spills over, and it turns into bigger things and bigger projects. So yeah, on that respect, we're very lucky that we both bring different aspects to Kleu when it comes to making music, and when it comes to networking, and when it comes to just getting it out there. And it seems to just have worked quite well for us.
Well, talking of obviously output, the reason we're here today, David, obviously we've got this amazing track Lost that's featuring on the Vibe City LP, and of course you are one of the very few that is a single release as well. I'm fucking super excited for this one, mate. We made it right at the last minute, didn't we? The last minute we got it on the album. So you guys cut it a bit fine, but we made it. So what we're going to do now, we're going to listen to the track. We're going to have a chat about it straight after. This is the listening party, after all, for the album. So this one is by Kleu, and it's called Lost. Okay, so that was Lost by Kleu. David, phenomenal track, definitely a standout one on the album. How did this one come about?
Well, it's a mad one, this. We started this project quite a while ago, and it's been one of our favorites, the potential wise, and one that kind of, at the time, it was a new direction for us. We'd been trying to make a lot of kind of dirty, nasty, not jump up, but kind of, some Kleu filth that we're quite known for. And we really wanted this one to go to the right home. So we sat on it, basically. And when you popped up with your project, I checked out your stuff, checked out what you was up to, and I was just really impressed with your approach to the label, your approach to labels in general, and how you market your music, how you're just very thorough. And I had a really good feeling about you, and I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to actually finish this project properly and take it somewhere that deserve it. Because it's weird that I'm not going to say anything bad about any labels we've worked with, but there are certain labels that they get big in stature and they lose the personability of it, and it becomes kind of a machine. And what we liked about your label and labels, to be fair, is that it's a very human touch in there, and it's very well thought out. And we thought, yeah, we can see you're going to be doing big things in the future. You're definitely going to be sitting on a good label, big label in the future. And we thought, yeah, we'll be part of that. Let's grow together. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's great feedback, man. Thank you for that. And
No
that
worries,
is
man.
really, that is the ethos. That's what we're trying to do with it. Obviously we set up the Dirtbox recordings back in 2018, but I've had 20 years of running different labels in different music genres. And yeah, it was just like a few years ago, something really clicked. I mean, we were signing music from our friends and we wanted to branch out, just make it actually mean something and take notice.
Yeah.
And obviously this is when we started coming up with some crazy projects and just having a very personal way of managing the label with the artists and getting involved. And you guys have, like I say, you've seen the front of obviously the track being signed, but come August, there's a lot of stuff I've got planned. I think you're going to be really excited to see what we do in the background, but also in the front ground. So, and of course the artwork, I'm fucking loving it. The GTA flavor artwork and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's sick, man. That's it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So thank you for that, mate. As I say, we got to the end of this. Not too harsh for you, I hope. Some low ball questions there, just to see you through on a Friday afternoon. But
good to see your face, mate. I've heard your voice and read your words a lot. Good to see your face. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you too. I mean, obviously, I see you because obviously you guys are here, there, and everywhere at the moment with gigs. I've been hibernating this year. As I keep mentioning it to people, obviously I've had a newborn. So for me, it's just kind of okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not a lot of traveling at the moment, but it's slowly getting there, and I'll be back to gigging again very soon. So hopefully we'll bump into each other in person as well.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure.
So we know about a few things you can't tell us about, like you said earlier. Is there anything this year, gigs, music, or event-wise, or anything like that you can let us know that's happening with Kleu? Yeah,
I mean, we've got shows up and down the country. We're doing a couple of shows at Boomtown this year. Mucky Weekender. We're in Brighton this weekend doing the after party for the On the Beach Festival, and then a dramatic festival near Norwich on Saturday. So yeah, just wherever you are, keep your eyes peeled. I'm sure we'll be lurking about. We've got 2 tours in the works. Again, I can't mention too much about because they're not all fully confirmed yet. We're busy boys, and we'll probably be in your area soon. So keep your eyes peeled.
Glad to hear it. We'll have to get something sorted where you guys come up to Birmingham as well for one of our parties. We've put it, like I say, with the baby here. I'll put him on hold this year, so we'll get in touch to sort that out. How can people go about booking you both, David?
Hotcakes agency. We just started with our new agent there called Gemma. If you hit up Gemma at Hotcakes, she'll sort you out, and you can have us playing in your town one day soon.
Nice little plug there. Listen, thank you for your time with this, David. Can't believe we've got this track on the album. Like I say, it was very last minute. I was kind of touching cloth a little bit there, thinking, is this going to land? But it landed in the end, and we got it. I can't wait for people to hear it. The single will be out toward 1st of September. The single is out, and then the album drops with a Kleu track at the end of September as well. So a very busy couple of months coming up. Have a great weekend, buddy. Thank you for your time.
Mate, thanks so much.
What's up, everyone? Lee UHF here, the host of DNB Wraps. Thank you for watching our videos. If you like what you're hearing and seeing on the channel, please make sure you're subscribing to it. Please make sure you thumbs up the videos, and more importantly, let's get some comments going as well. It really helps the channel, and in order for us to provide this content to you, we do need the channel to grow. So we can't do this without your help. Hope you enjoy the video. Speak to you soon.